Every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the court. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzz beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckheiser here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com right now. Well, not right now. After the show, check out the merchandise page. We do got some merchandise over there for you. We got hoodies, we got the t-shirts, we got the beanies, we got backpacks as well. We need to pay the bills, guys, so definitely head over there. Check out some merch, or if you want to help us for free, simply hit that like button right here, right now, over at youtube.com/manhour. And, of course, hit that subscribe button with the bell icon as well, because we do upload clips from the show each and every day over there, 7 times a day, pretty much every 3 hours, guys. So 8 a.m. is usually when we do the first upload. Same here as a live show here, then 11, 2, 5, 8 again, 11, 2 a.m., 5 a.m. So you guys get the gist every 3 hours over there at youtube.com/manhour. We are uploading you guys some type of content over there. We do got a poll going over here at youtube.com/manhour right here, right now, is did you watch the Pro Bowl? And so far, 100% of the people say yes. So I'm not for sure what you guys were doing or couldn't have been doing better on Sunday, but you guys watched the Pro Bowl, so congratulations. I watched the first series. I'm like, nope, get that crap out of here. I don't want to watch it. No how, no way. This is Super Bowl Media Week here, guys. We are officially 6 days away from the Super Bowl. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of Super Bowl talk here on the Man Hour. So that's going to be the first topic of the day is Rams versus Bengals Super Bowl. How can each team win? We got the infamous way or no way coming up here at 8:30 East Coast time. So it's simple as that. You guys give me two things or you guys give me a thing, and I say if it's way or no way. It's simple as that. So if you guys ever want to get on ways or no ways, simply slide into my DMs at manhour_buck. And so, hey, is this way or no way? So, guys, we every Mondays we do bring out the way or no way. So you guys know what to expect right here on the Man Hour. And then, of course, we're going to talk a little bit of hockey. DJ Jones, an AHL trainer, has officially been fired. He was a part of the Blackhawks organization, so we'll get into that. Dolphins hired their guy, Mike McDaniels. Nets lose 8 straight games in a row. What in the world is going on with the Nets, right? Sheesh. Lovie Smith is up for a head coaching job. And, of course, we want to wrap the show off with some Mike's thoughts. So, guys, we do have a great show for you lined up. We got a lot of action-packed show happening. And if you missed last night's show with my man Combsy, did a solo thing, you can also check it out on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, or simply head over to bellyuptv.com this afternoon at 3 p.m. and you can find that show there. But guys, as always, we start every day with the word of the day. And today's word of the day is going to be, man, wow, can I even say this on air? Of course I can. Today's word of the day is going to be wasteful. My man Tyreek Hill. I'm a Kansas City fan, even though I'm wearing my Cowboys stuff today because I got the Man Hour blue hoodie on, my blue vest. I mean, I had to blue it out today, right? But my man Tyreek Hill, you were wasteful, my man. Why do I say he was wasteful? For one, let's flash back to the skills challenge. He comes out and starts boasting that he is the fastest man in the world, and you get beat by a linebacker running a 40-yard dash. I mean, granted, you wasted your talent there, which I get it. Like, it is what it is. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to embarrass yourself by getting beat by somebody, right? So you were wasteful there. But let's flash forward to the NHL All-Star game. My man Tyreek Hill. You were getting interviewed here, and you had two big old, well, I think they're 18 ounces, right? Those big, tall Bud Light cans or Budweiser cans or whatever they were, right? They're like $15 a piece, right? Probably at Vegas, probably like $20. So he had two beer cans open, right? Full. They were full. They weren't empty. But during his interview, he's like, hey, I'm going to be the man. I'm going to do some stone cold Steve Austin stuff. So he bangs the beer and like, and not 1 ounce of beer went in his freaking mouth. Talk about wasteful, my man. When you gonna go like stone cold on people and crack those beers open and try to chug them, at least get some alcohol in your mouth, dude. Just a little. Don't be that wasteful. There are people out there like me that had to watch that Pro Bowl. Well, I didn't have to watch it. I chose to watch a little bit of it. I could have used those two beers, Tyreek. Hell, the people watching the NHL All-Star game could have used those beers. I mean, I didn't want you to pull a Brittany Mahomes because I'm not sure how much of that beer didn't fly over that little podium that you guys were interviewing on. Like, man, Tyreek, dude, you were so wasteful on that, dude. You need to reconsider your Stone Cold thing. Go back to 1999 or 2000s, watch some Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he'll show you how to chug some beer, my man. Come on, Tyreek. You get the word of the day. Alrighty, guys. Here now, let's get into some real sports talk. Here we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It is Super Bowl week, guys. This is media week. You know, when like all the media's happen in interviews. I believe it officially starts like Wednesday. I think it is. Thursday we have the award shows for most valuable player, offensive player of the year, rookie of the year, all like all that kind of stuff. But we are officially 6 days away from Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl 56. We had the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the LA Rams. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite still as of right now. Of course, you know things are going to change with injuries coming up, people coming back. So if you are a betting man, 3.5 is not, I mean, that's pretty much a heads up game like at that point. So I don't foresee it getting bigger, definitely getting smaller if anything. So if you are a betting man and you are thinking that the Bengals are going to win, definitely get on this betting train right now. So actually, guys, I just got a text in saying that there are chats coming over. So let me pull up BellyUp.tv. I forgot to have that up. My bad, guys. So if you guys are listening to BellyUpSports.tv, my bad. He says, Man Hour Nation, let's go. Yes, sir. Let's go, Man Hour Nation. So, guys, the phone lines are open. Phone lines are brought to you by Skull Candy Original Headphones. Be sure to call us or text us at 812-648-HOUR. That is 812-648-4687. I'm trying to say that a little bit slower because I know sometimes I get to speaking a little fast and my stutter and my lists start happening. So slow it down, baby. Slow it down. But let's get into the main topic of today's show. And like I said, this is because Super Bowl is 6 days away. And we are going to look on how each team can beat said team, what needs to be done, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So with that being said, the first thing that I have up here on my list is how can the Rams beat the Cincinnati Bengals? And I've been reading and I've been doing some research, and my eye test tells me that the Rams just have to do two things here, right? They have to do two things. One of them is challenge the Cincinnati Bengals deep early and often. Matthew Stafford cannot be a game manager in this game. He needs to challenge the Cincinnati Bengals early and often deep. The Cincinnati Bengals have arguably the worst secondary in all of football, especially the playoffs. They've given up a lot of big scores, and for whatever reason, they are not a first-half team. Like, I don't know what it is, but whatever happens in the second half, they come out and they do a lot better. So the Rams need to capitalize on that early. They need to attack them deep, early, and often. Second big key here for the LA Rams is the front four. on the defensive side of the ball. They have purchased their front four with Von Miller. They have Aaron Donald, arguably the best defensive player in all of football for the last 3 or 4 years, right? So if those front four can get pressure on Joe Burrow over and over and over, much like the Titans did 3 weeks ago, they got, 9 sacks that particular game. If those front four can get pressure on Joe Burrow, it's going to be a long, long game for the Cincinnati Bengals. It is going to be done before the game even starts, just because what makes the Cincinnati Bengals so deadly is their ability to get the ball down the field. What do they got to do to get the ball down the field? They need some time. Front four gives them less than 2 seconds to get the ball off there. They're going to win a lot of games. So when we look at this thing, there are always those certain players that are going to basically make or break your particular game here, right? And like I said, like you need, like the Rams need to attack deep early and often. But so obviously Matthew Stafford cannot be a game manager like he has been. So Odell Beckham Jr. I think is going to be the X factor for this game. Odell Beckham Jr. has to have another 100-yard game. Odell Beckham Jr. has to rotate that double team over to him and leave Cooper Kupp open, because Cooper Kupp is ultimately going to be your guy, right? Because, he's been there all season long. Matthew Stafford and him have a great connection, and Cooper Kupp gets overlooked a lot. So for I don't know why. I mean, he's the most targeted receiver in the league. He has the most yards. He has the most catches. Didn't he win the triple count? So, I mean, I don't understand why he gets overlooked. So if Odell Beckham Jr. can just, get 1 or 2 big explosive plays, that is going to ultimately translate that safety over to Odell Beckham Jr. because they're tired of getting beat deep. And then bada bing, bada boom, you hit Cooper Kupp on that 10-yard slant, and he is taking it to the house. Mr. 4940 him, like himself, can somehow, some way break it over and over and over again. So when we talk about Matthew Stafford cannot be a game manager, which, he is a great game manager, right? But in this Super Bowl, he cannot be a game manager. He has been a game manager pretty much all season long, and that's what makes him great, is relying on that defense and then being able to exploit a few plays here or there, basically not lose them the game. So can Matthew Stafford really take the pressure of not being the guy this game? And I don't think he can. Yes, he is like a 13-year veteran. He is now 3-3 in the playoffs. This is his first Super Bowl appearance, and I don't think he is going to be able to handle the pressure of being the guy in the Super Bowl. I don't think he is going to be the guy that we need him to be to exploit the Cincinnati Bengals down the field. So when we do a head-to-head competition of what quarterback I would rather have, is going to be Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford. Give me Joe Burrow in this particular matchup, just because I am afraid that Matthew Stafford is going to probably Jimmy G us. He is going to throw a underhanded interception in the end zone for a pick six. I mean, we saw against, who was that team that he threw that pick six against in the zone? What was it, the Colts that he did it against? I think I can't remember for sure. No, Wentz threw one in the end. I can't remember. But you guys all saw it. He was in the end zone going down for the sack, threw the ball up and threw a pick six. That was when the Rams were struggling very, very much so. And why? Because they were relying on Matthew Stafford to win them a lot of games. And that's why ultimately I think Joe Burrow will have a better game than Matthew Stafford moving forward, because Matthew Stafford cannot handle the pressure. So then we flip on the other side of the things of like how the Bengals can win this game. And I got to thinking, and basically the Bengals got to do what the Bengals have been doing all playoff long, right? They don't do one thing great. They do all things well, right? And what the Bengals do well is they can nickel and dime you down the field. They can run the ball, they can run short intermediate passes, and then they can get you deep as well. So they have the three layers of the offense that they can attack you over and over again. On the Rams side, I told you that those front four were key of getting pressure on Joe. So with that being said, how do you eliminate that pressure? Throw in some screen games, throw some short intermediate passes. Once that pass rush starts to start overthinking themselves, you got some time. Bada bing, bada boom. Jamar Chase is wide open down the sideline, right? Burning Marcus Peters and whoever else thinks can guard the greatest rookie receiver ever in Jamar Chase. Hell, Jamar Chase is probably a top 5 receiver right now and would be going into his second year. So the Cincinnati Bengals just have to keep doing what they've been doing all playoffs long. Be a very, very balanced offense, run the ball, nickel and dime you, and then get the ball deep and basically let the defense not basically give the game away in the first half, and they're going to win this Super Bowl. So then I got to reading some stats. I was watching like Fox Sports or something to that effect, and I didn't believe it at first. So I went to ProFootballReference.com, and it is true. It is true here. So Matthew Stafford has more yards per attempt than Joe Burrow. He has doubled. So Matthew Stafford has over 20 yards per pass attempt, and Joe Burrow is at 7. Wow. So when I hear that type of stat, I'm just thinking to myself, how can Matthew Stafford have been the game manager all season long that I thought he was, but he's but he's pushing the ball down the field so much, right? So when you think about this, when Matthew Stafford has almost 20 yards per passing attempt versus Joe Burrow's almost 10, and I think Matthew Stafford is a game manager, then I'm thinking there has to be some underlining thing, right? Because my eyes are telling me that Matthew Stafford cannot win this game. So I went into those stats, and every pass of 15 yards or more, Matthew Stafford is only completing 20% of those passes. So way less than half of those passes going downfield, he is completing. So out of 1 every 5 passes that he throws deep to Odell Beckham Jr., Odell is only going to catch 1 of those. So this is a flawed stat right here that Matthew Stafford does have double yards per passing attempt. So when you hear that, yes, he's pushing the ball down the field a lot more than Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow is completing a hell of a lot more than Matthew Stafford down the field. Joe Burrow's passing the ball 15-plus yards down the field on the outside of the hashes. He is completing over 60% of those passes. So take that into hindsight. That's why I think Joe Burrow is going to be the better quarterback in this Super Bowl here is because of that stat right there. So then you guys got to ask, who do you got winning the Super Bowl, right? And I've been going back and forth on this a lot. And my heart tells me to root for the Cincinnati Bengals, from worst to first and all that stuff. And the Rams have the purchase services that I keep referring to and this and this and this and stuff like that, right? And everything tells me that the Rams are going to win this game. That defense is dominant, right? They have they have a head coach that has been there, right? This is the Rams' second Super Bowl in 4 years. Yes, they lost the first one. I get it. They only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, right? I get it, but still, you have to learn how to or you have to lose before you know how to win, right? I go to that all the time, and I think you have to you not learn how to lose, but you have to lose to be able to get there again and make yourself hungry to get there again. So everything is weighing for me to pick the Rams in this, but I have not made a decision yet. The fandom in me wants the Bengals to win because, kind of a hometown team type thing. Worst to first, I do like Matthew Stafford, and many people are rooting for Stafford to win this game because he was such what's the word I'm looking for? So overlooked in Detroit or whatever, yada yada yada. I get it, but at the end of the day, I have not made a decision. I'll make a decision Friday. I mean, obviously Friday I gotta make a decision. So, but yeah, so my pick will be coming Friday for you guys for sure. Friday morning here at 8 a.m. East Coast time on the Man Hour AM show. But guys, we do got to get you some comments here. And of course, the poll question of the day is, did you watch the NFL Pro Bowl? And so far, 100% of the people are saying yes. So hopefully you guys can give me some no's, because I would myself would vote no. I mean, yes, I did watch it to an extent. I watched the first drive, and I was like, yeah, okay. See you then that. So Rule the Jungle says, I watched a little bit of the Pro Bowl. First drive of the game, I was like, F this. And then I changed it. But the second and third quarter were a lot better. Still not great, but better. So I did see the highlights of it. And yes, it did look like the second, third quarter were a lot better when the younger players were in there, like, Mac Jones and some of the younger defensive players, Micah Parsons and whatnot. Like, they kind of felt like obligated to, win the money for their charities and whatnot. So yeah, if you could just watch the second and third quarter, I guess maybe. And then he says, so since I watched some of it, I have to vote yes, but I watched way less than 20 minutes. So yeah, I guess I'd have to vote yes too, since I did watch a little bit of it. And then he says, I would rather just watch the skills competition than anything. Pro Bowl is simply dumb. But even then, the skill players were still half-assed in it. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And he says, AKA your boy Hill. Yeah, that 40-yard dash was very, very dumb. I actually got that in my way or no way, guys, coming up here on the Man Hour. So it is time for our break. I'm getting the cue there. So coming up here on the Man Hour, we do have the infamous way or no way, and then some stats for the Super Bowl. All that and much more, guys, coming up here on the Man Hour.
Hey gang, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people. That means we give the people what they want. Expert fantasy advice, leading medical and legal analysis, free contests, and innovative games to keep you entertained. Watch us live with the Tiki Live app on the Belly Up Sports channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all social media platforms. Visit TSSFantasy.com today for all the latest updates from the fantasy show of the people. We put the fun in fantasy.
Yeah!
I use mayo
over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Okay. If you drafted Julio Jones,
you got ghosted.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
TSS Fantasy, the fantasy show of the people.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past. I'm all achieving. Got my foot on the gas. Never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go! To last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving.
What's going on, Belly Up Sports fans? Thanks for tuning in to the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. We have some really exciting news for several Belly Up Podcast Network shows. The Sports Stove Podcast, the Rough Cut Sportscast, and Here in Puckburg have all been nominated for a Sports Podcast Award. So, Head on over to sportspodcastawards.com and make sure to vote for the Sports Stove podcast for Best College Sports Podcast and Best News and Current Affairs Podcast. Vote for the Rough Cut Sportscast for Best American Football Podcast, and vote for Here in Puckburg for Best Winter Sports Podcast. Again, that website is sportspodcastawards.com. Thanks for being the best part of Belly Up Sports. We are what they are.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase the bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything. The venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted, created a legacy off of me just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail. I'll give up everything, daunting if I can see my dream. Cause I'll do anything, want a reality. I'll give up everything, daunting if I can see my dream. Cause I'll do anything, want a reality. Don't let go. I'll make things right. Cause I'll do anything, make want a reality.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Blackasha here with the Man Hour. If you have missed any part of the show whatsoever, be sure you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, of course, iHeartRadio, or simply head over to manhourradio.com and you can check out the Good Pods section over there and you can leave it ranking on that particular episode, or head over to youtube.com/Man Hour and we upload the clips each and every day over there. So, guys, welcome back. We've talked a little bit about the Super Bowl, but now it is time to get into the infamous way or no way. You guys send me some questions on Twitter at manhour_buck, and I tell you if it's a way or no way. It is simply cut and dry as that, so you can hit me up on Twitter at manhour_buck, or you can also text it into the show at 812-648-HOUR. That is 812-648-4687. Text lines are always open. The phone's sitting on my desk right here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So before each show, I read them. And if you guys got a way or no way, start the message with the hashtag way or no way so I can pull it out. And bada bing, bada boom, you are on air. So it is time to get into way or no way.
No way.
Yes, way!
All right, guys, so the first way or no way comes in from the old Twitter machine. Tweet, tweet, tweet. And it says that American Dad is better than Family Guy. Way or no way? Oh, that is a tough one, man. Family Guy better I'm sorry. Let me read that. American Dad is better than Family Guy? Way or no way? Wow, you guys are starting off just right up there getting raw dog, aren't you? First of all, I love both of them. Family Guy's been around for what, like 15, 20 years. It seems like it's been around forever. American Dad came around a little bit later. So, but man, American Dad is better than Family Guy. Guys, man, I'm gonna have to go with Way on this one. I do agree with you. I think American Dad still has better, fresher content than Family Guy. Family Guy has been around for so long that they're starting to rehash the same jokes over and over and over again. Right? They're starting to get kind of stagnant in the end, kind of like South Park did for like a little while. Granted, I do watch both of them on like TBS, so they're always like reruns. So I'm like, I don't watch the new ones. So maybe the new ones are better and greater and bestest. And but yeah, American Dad is better than Family Guy. I'm gonna have to give you a Way on this one, Texture. Good one. Good job on that one.
No way.
Yes, way.
So this one gets us back into the sports talk here, and he says that Jimmy G will have more success than Ryan Tannehill in the NFL. So when we think of success, we think of Super Bowl rings, right? We think of wins. We think of leading your team to the playoffs and all this stuff. And if we look at this year, Jimmy G has led the San Francisco 49ers to multiple NFC championship games. He led them to one Super Bowl. Ryan Tannehill has led his team to a AFC championship game, right? He has not led them to the Super Bowl. But did you guys know that Jimmy G is the only active quarterback in the NFL to have multiple Super Bowl rings? Just take that into perspective here. So take that into perspective that Jimmy G is the only quarterback right now that has multiple Super Bowl rings in the NFL. So will Jimmy G have more success than Ryan Tannehill in the league? I'm going to have to go with Way on this one because I think Jimmy G is going to go to a winning team. I think Jimmy G is going to go to a team like the Vikings or the Buccaneers or maybe even the Broncos. And I think if he were to go to any of those teams, he is going to have a lot of success because the Broncos are literally a game managing quarterback away of being a great team. The Vikings, I'm not for sure where they're at because just because like I don't know if the quarterback is the issue or the coaching was the issue or it's just the fact that it's the Vikings is the issue. So the Vikings are a little bit more suspect, but they do have some great talent. They have Cook, they have JJ, right? And then if you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, obviously they're loaded right now with talent. Granted, we don't know if Gronk is coming back and if Godwin will be himself after that ACL tear. But there are I think Jimmy G will be better than Ryan Tannehill success-wise in the end because most people measure success by Super Bowl rings. And Jimmy G does have more Super Bowl rings than Ryan Tannehill, so therefore he will be more successful, right? That is just the way it is at the end of the way. So Jimmy G will be more successful in the NFL than Ryan Tannehill.
No way.
Yes, way.
Ooh, now we're getting into some Super Bowl talk here, guys. I do love me some good old Super Bowl talk here. So obviously, guys, Super Bowl is 6 days away right here, right now. So this person tweeted me at @manhour _ buck on the old tweet machine, tweet. And he says Joe Burrow will have more passing yards than Matthew Stafford in the Super Bowl. Way or no way? Ooh. So, like I said earlier, Matthew Stafford has double the amount of yards per attempt per Joe Burrow. But the stats tell me that Joe Burrow has more success passing the ball. And Joe Burrow has a receiver by the name of Jamar Chase. We have seen Jamar Chase get 266 yards in a game. Joe Burrow throw for almost 500. But we also know that the Rams are a very pass-happy offense, right? Both Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham Jr. had 100 yards each in the NFC Championship game, so they had very much success passing the ball. And I don't have the rushing yards in front of me by any means, but the rushing is going to be null and void. So, do I think Joe Burrow will have more passing yards than Matthew Stafford? Yes, that is a way for me 100% because I do think that the Bengals will be playing from behind early in this game. So therefore I think they have to pass a hell of a lot more to keep pace up with the Rams, and therefore by de facto thing, Joe Burrow will have more passing yards than Matthew Stafford because Matthew Stafford is going to be a game manager after the first quarter of this game, basically managing a 20-point lead, hoping not to lose like the Kansas City Chiefs did twice to the Cincinnati Bengals after having 20-point lead. So Joe Burrow will have more passing yards than Matthew Stafford in this game.
No way. Yes way.
And I got to give a shout out to my man, Drew. Good morning, Drew. How you doing today, bud? Get those crusties out of your eyes. Do some trunk twists. Touch those toes. Drink a glass of water, man. Get yourself woken up this morning because we have a great show still on tap for you here coming up. So the next way or no way comes from a texter. They text me at the 812-648-HOUR. That is 812-648-4687. And the texter says that Odell Beckham Jr. will be on a new team next year. Way or no way? Ooh. This one is rough because we have kind of heard that Odell Beckham Jr. wants to stay on LA. But I'm not for sure if LA wants Odell Beckham Jr., right? So they got him, and he was basically just there just to be an extra piece, right? But then forget his name, got hurt. Cooks, right? Cooks got hurt, tore his ACL. So Odell Beckham Jr. kind of got thrown into the limelight there. What is the biggest knock on Odell Beckham Jr.? That he has been the most overrated wide receiver ever in the NFL. Yes, he's had a couple 1,000-yard season when he was with the Giants, but what is Odell Beckham Jr. most known for? He's known for the catch, right? The over the head, out of the end zone catch, brought it back into a touchdown. What, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, whatever. It seemed like it was forever ago. So since then, Odell Beckham Jr. has been nothing but a diva. He has been nothing but a cancer to a team, and he has this number one mindset when he is at best a number 3 receiver on a team. So, way or no way will Odell Beckham Jr. be on a new team next year? And I'm going to have to say no way on this because I feel that Odell Beckham Jr. might test the free agency market, and he's quickly going to find out that really no teams want him. So no teams are going to want a cancer. They are not going to want a over the hill receiver, and ultimately I think he is going to sign with the Rams at a very, very cheap rate, and the Rams are going to steal, and then Odell Beckham Jr. is going to kind of be playing with that chip on our shoulder, like, oh, I'm better than everybody, yada, yada, yada. And we might see a repeat of this season, but after that, we'll never see Odell Beckham Jr. play like this again. But I do think he will be a Ram next year, so no way he will be on a new team. But it would not surprise me once the cancer starts to happen like Odell Beckham Jr. is known for. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.
No way. Yes way.
And the next way or no way here, I can't even believe I'm going to say this here. Like, this person shouldn't even be able to watch the show right here. No, I'm totally kidding. But this one came from Rule the Jungle. Hit me up on the old Twitter machine at _Buck. And he says, way or no way, Parson is faster than Tyreek Hill. So as you guys know, Micah Parsons, Tyreek Hill, and some other 2 other people. I think it was like Diggs. Who was it? I can't remember who it was. But it was a 4-man 40-yard dash. Basically, headlighting the competition was Micah Parsons and Tyreek Hill. Before the race even started, right, Micah Parsons has his shirts on, flexing those big 20-inch pythons, and he's saying, I'm just here just to do this, and this. And they interviewed Tyreek Hill, and like he's like, I'm the fastest man on earth. I'm like, oh, okay. So, I mean, and then like they're like, well, what makes you think you're the fastest man? It's like, well, do you see me every Sunday? I see you running a lot of routes, but whatever, man. So Micah Parsons ultimately did beat Tyreek Hill in the 40-yard dash. So is Micah Parsons faster than Tyreek Hill? Obviously, by the skills competition, yes, he is faster. So I got to go with the way on this one. Micah Parsons is faster than Tyreek Hill, because if you do a pound per pound thing, let's go ahead and put like 55 pounds on Tyreek Hill. Micah Parsons is going to be faster than Tyreek Hill, right? So, I mean, like it is what it is. Drew says Hill tripped himself. Hey, a race is a race. When it's winner take all, Olympic, baby. You F up, you're out of there. So obviously Micah Parsons is faster than Tyreek Hill. I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of just puked up a little bit in my mouth. But yeah, that is the way. Rule the jungle. You hit me up on Twitter. I said it for you, and I can't believe I said that, guys. But that is it for the way or no way today. I got to move on. That is so bad. All right, guys. So moving on here, moving on. We are obviously 6 days away from the Super Bowl here, and I've given you, basically how the Bengals and Rams can each win their respective games. But let's give you guys some stats to know here before we head to break here in about 10 minutes here. So obviously, guys, the Rams do dominate in the trenches. Their front four is the key to the game, like I told you. So through Sunday, Los Angeles is ranked first in pass blocking win rate, pass rush win rate, and run stop win rate. Yes, that is number one in all three of those categories. So pass blocking, pass rushing, and run stopping, they are number one in all three of those. So their fronts on both sides are dominating right now. Their offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth will be going head to head with Aaron Donald. So that is the Cincinnati Bengals left tackle will be going, or actually right tackle will be going head to head with Aaron Donald most of the game. So basically, best on best, right? Andrew Whitworth is the best offensive lineman for the Cincinnati Bengals, going against Aaron Donald, the best one. So I don't know, man. So it is crazy to me that we even think that the Rams even have a shot. But also let's not forget that the linemen have fueled Los Angeles' path to the Super Bowl. So although Cooper Kupp is going to get his, let's not forget about the fronts here. So, a key matchup to watch up that I have here, keyed up here, is Bengals quarterback Mike Hilton versus Cooper Kupp. So we have all watched the film and we see the games and we see the Bengals consistently getting beat on man coverage. But when the Bengals do play man coverage, it will be Hilton versus Kupp in the slot. Cooper Kupp is obviously the best route runner, hands down, in this game. And so we are going to be looking for those isolation plays for Cooper versus Hilton. And we'll see how Sean McVay can really exploit them and basically saying, hey, I want to get Cooper Kupp off the ball. Let's kind of isolate him as like as well. But when they are manned up along the outsides, Jesse Bates III, which is the safety for the Bengals, will have to really help on Cooper Kupp. But then that's when Odell Beckham Jr. comes to play there, and we're going to say bada bing, bada boom. Which one are they going to double team? So Jesse Bates is going to calm down and be the X factor for the defensive side of the ball. Do we want to double keep Kupp, or do we want to double team Odell Beckham Jr.? And I would rather have Cooper Kupp beat me than Odell Beckham Jr. because I feel like I can run down Cooper Kupp. So also, I don't know. It is what it is at the end of the day. Drew says, I need to burn that hat. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Super Bowl bound baby Dallas Cowboys next year. Let's get into some breaking news here, guys, before we go to our next break. And Alvin Kamara, where's my notes at here? Alvin Kamara was arrested for battery and bodily harm after the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas nightclub just a few days ago. Actually, last night, I should say. So what happened is after it was the night before the Pro Bowl, actually, allegedly Alvin Kamara was involved in a fight, what it comes down to, and he beat the living crap out of this guy, right? And this guy said Alvin Kamara is the dude. It was him. Yada yada yada. Pointed him out. And then Sunday after the Pro Bowl, Alvin Kamara was not out at the nightclub again, and that's when he was ultimately arrested. So he was arrested with assault and battery with bodily harm. So, AKA, he beat the crap out of said person for whatever reason, right? And this was actually going to be my word of the day, but obviously I had to put Tyreek Hill in there as the word of the day. But Alvin Kamara, you are going to be wastefuling your talent, right? I'm putting like 7 words in together on purpose there. But you are being absolutely stupid, my man. You go to a nightclub, which you know, you do you, right? But everybody knows who you are, for one, right? For two, everybody knows you were in Las Vegas for the Pro Bowl, right? For number 3, why are you getting in a fight in the nightclub? You understand that you could literally lose everything by a simple swing of the fist. Like, you understand that, right? Let's say your one fist happened to hit his temple in his head and cracked his skull and damage his brain, right? Boom, murder charge right then and there. We live in this day and world that you cannot handle stuff with your fist anymore. Matter of fact, you can't even like say, hey, I hate you, because that's a hate crime, right? So first things first, Alvin, let's speak, here as people. For one, you always hire people to take care of your business for you. Do what Aaron Hernandez did. He had Fall Guys. That's exactly what you're making, like $75 million a year, right? Or what, 4 years, $75 million. You're making some money. You always have your bodyguard around you, or your personal person, or whatever, right? Make that person handle it. Separate them, get them away from you, because you are the high profile athlete. Let's say you have somebody that's taking the fall guy, your bodyguard, your posse, your friends, right? They beat the guy up. This isn't news. The guy probably can't point said person out, right? Because, we're drunk and things happen, yada, 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 right? But it's the fact that it's you. Your silver teeth with all those diamonds in it, your dreads and your nose ring. People know who you are. People know who you are. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down, baby. Drew's trying to NFL meme me here. He says the NFL wants to keep the Super Bowl on neutral ground, so they should keep it at AT&T in Dallas. Yeah, we've all seen the meme, Drew, many, many times. It's not funny. It's not fun. No, it is. But also, I've seen a meme before, like in Kansas. They're like, hey, if you ever want to survive a tornado, just go to Dallas Stadium, because they never scored touchdowns there. Yeah. It's just, why do people hate the Dallas Cowboys so much? Is it because they are America's team? Granted, I know they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1996, and they really haven't been relevant forever, right? So why do the Dallas Cowboys keep coming out of people's mouths? Y'all just love to hate at the end of the day. That's all it is. Y'all just love to hate. But hey, I get it. I get it, Drew. I know that one of your 17 teams can't beat the Dallas Cowboys. I get it. But hey, I'm a Chiefs fans first and then Dallas Cowboys fans second. You guys know what it is. Where am I at on the rundown? Time for break. We're back, guys.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Once I'm home from work and relaxing, I watch Man Hour while doing dishes.
In bed, I eat with my wife and kids.
What do you do when your husband and kid are obsessed with the Man Hour? You watch it with them.
Have you ever wanted to go to Vegas to see the NFL draft? Well, now you can. Simply head over to youtube.com/manhour, click on that join button, become a $5.99 member or higher, and you get free entry. Simple as that. So head over to youtube.com/manhour and hit that join button. You won't regret it.
You're watching Man Hour. Hit that like button, baby.
Man Hour Nation, it's your boy BC Beastie Brandon Combs coming to you with a special message. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Now, that's 22 too many. And here at the Man Hour, we want to bring awareness to this. Our brothers and sisters deserve our support and our help with the Take 22 merch. It's a small opportunity to show our appreciation and support to our veterans and take a small step to ending veteran suicide and treating PTSD properly. Every dollar spent on our Take 22 merch will be donated to the cause. So Man Hour Nation, rise up and show your support.
Man Hour Nation brought to you by Brooks Roofing and Siding. Contact them at 812-868-7663 or online at brooksroofingin.com. Brooks Roofing and Siding, protection you need when nature strikes.
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckcoster here. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com and check out the merchandise page. We do have the Beastie merch over there. We got the Man Hour original logo merch over there. We got the new MH merch over there as well. We got the backpacks. We got the beanies. We have everything you guys need to basically deck yourself out in Man Hour gear and help us support the cause. Also, the Takeaway 22 merch is live over there as well. 22 veterans every day commit suicide right here on our U.S. soil. So the Takeaway 22 merch, all proceeds from that will go to the Knights of Columbus motorcycle organization based out of Topeka, Kansas. Over there, they help, first responders and veterans with PTSD getting to and from appointments and stuff like that as well. So everything that they need, we help with because it costs money to help people at the end of the day. So if you guys are in that area, they also do have a motorcycle ride, a poker run happening last Saturday of April. I believe it's April 25th. So guys, so $30 to join. You get a poker hand, you get a t-shirt and surprises and stuff like that. So Knights of Columbus there, guys, find them on Facebook. I need to link their page down there in the description, but all Take 22 merch proceeds go to them to help with their cause. So it is a great cause over there, because 22 veterans a day commit suicide, and that's 22 way too many. So guys, let's help raise awareness of this. Share this, so share it. Have a good time. Drew says he'll be right back. All right, man. We will see you very, very soon. Rule the Jungle says, where are my points? Man, you got to be active in the chat to get points, baby. You got to gamble it. You got to duel them. You got to be active in the chat. You got to share it, and that's how you get your points. So you get a point for every 5 minutes you were active in the chat. You get a point for sharing. You get a point for liking, gamble, and all that stuff. So that's how you get your points over there. Mr. Rule the Jungle, as Drew helps you out all over there. But guys, it is hour number 2 right here on the Man Hour. And I'm still waking up myself, where I'm actually getting ready to go to bed, because working overnight sucks. I'm not even gonna lie, man. But I do it for you guys. I do it for my family, and hopefully, I can get my schedule all figured out, because I will be back on Man Hour evenings here at probably beginning of March. So me and Cohen will be back together. Probably still doing the morning show, just because I do enjoy doing the morning show for you guys. And of course, we are on Belly Up TV, bellyup.tv, every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then, of course, again, at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right there on Belly Up TV. We're also on Burns Radio, a part of Belly Up Sports as well, at 1 p.m. So you guys can catch us everywhere you guys can possibly catch us. TV, radio, podcast, YouTube, you name it, we are there. So youtube.com/Man Hour. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and of course hit the bell icon, as we do upload clips each and every day over here. So let's get back into the sports talk here, guys, as I try to pay some bills. And we have to talk a little bit about hockey. So we talked about this, it was months ago, right, when it first kind of came out, and we basically just glazed over it like it was no big deal, right? But Blackhawks organization have officially fired the trainer, DJ Jones, for sexual assault. So DJ Jones is a AHL trainer, which is a minor league hockey team that is associated with the Chicago Blackhawks. It was for the Rockford Ice Hogs. So he has officially been fired for sexual assault. This assault allegedly happened, well, not alleged, it did happen back in 2014, but was not reported till 2021. And I want to quote something here about what the Blackhawks said, and like they said, and I quote here: under our new leadership, we found that it is time to fire DJ Jones of his duties and move forward and move past this situation. So First things first here, when I read that quote, under our new leadership, it is time to move past DJ Jones. So are you telling me that the old leadership found nothing wrong with this? When this was reported a year ago, well, actually it's like 6 months ago, I think it was reported, that nobody found an issue with this? Like, I get it. When we first spoke about it, I'm like, really? Like, grown-ass men is letting another man assault them? Like, that seems very, very weird and very, very, like, far-fetched to me. But then we got reading deeper into it, and most of these kids are like 18-year-old kids trying to make it into the NHL, right? They're trying to live their dreams and be a professional athlete. And this trainer, DJ Jones, says, hey, you do what I say or you're never going to make it there, basically what it came down to. So it was an ultimatum like, hey, take this finger in your booty hole or you're never going to make it, right? So like 18-year-old kids back in 2014, this is happening to. Like, I don't know. I don't have the exact number, but I do know it happened to at least 5 because I do vaguely remember the story that we were talking about back in October, September, November timeframe there. I can't remember exactly when it first came out, but that's when it first came out. And so, like, when stuff like this happens, I sit on the surface, and I'm thinking hindsight here, right? We see Brian Flores and Hughes Jackson. We'll get into that later, but we see them say, hey, back in 2019, they offered me X amount of dollars to lose these games. Well, why are you just now saying something, right? 4 years later, why are you just now saying something? Same things happens with these sexual assault things. This happened back in 2014. 7 years later, you just now finally come out and say something. Like probably when I look at this, 7 years. So this was I don't know how the minor league system of like hockey works. Like, I'm assuming there's probably different tiers, just like the MLB, right? But this kid was sexually assaulted. He was 18 years old in 2014. So maybe it took him 7 years because he realized in 7 years he's not going to make the NHL, and the sexual assault isn't going to help him like anymore. He finally comes out and says something like, I don't know. But when things like this happen, I don't understand what takes so long for you to say something. I mean, this happened back in 2014. 2021, you come out and say something. 7 years has like a lie has passed. It makes zero sense to me. Like, why say something now? For one, right? 2, why not say something when it first happened? 3, you're a grown ass man. Defend yourself. Like, I'm an 18, 19, 20-year-old man. I'm a hockey player, so I'm obviously like in shape, right? Like, I can probably defend myself because I feel like as a hockey player, you are taught how to fight, right? If you can't fight, I doubt you'll make it very far in the hockey ranks, right? So when a piss ass DJ Jones trainer wants to put his finger in my booty hole or touch my penis in the wrong way, I'm going to say something. Like, hey, motherfucker, like, well, what is wrong with you, right? You know, like, well, I can get you to the NHL if I just jack you off. Like, come on. Think logically here. Use your common sense brain. Back in 2014, we still had common sense a little bit, right? Use your common sense brain. Use your noodle, right? Come on. Use your head. Not that head. This head on top of your shoulders. Use that head and say, hey, is this guy jacking me off really going to get me to the NHL? Yeah, because it's going to drop you off like 2 ounces of like weight and make you skate faster, right? And shoot that puck a little bit faster. Like, come on, baby, slow it down. But this is the one thing that irritates me the most about all these sexual assault things or things that happened in the past, right? What takes you so long to say this, and this? This happened in 2014, and he comes out 7 years later and says something about it. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Now, obviously something did happen because the Chicago Blackhawks organization ultimately did fire DJ Jones, quote, underneath our new leadership. Like, it took you guys new leadership to fire somebody too. Like, I still don't wrap my head around that either. That's just stupid and like asinine. But same thing with Brian Flores. Same thing with Hugh Jackson. You know, they were all offered this money to lose these games, but you know, it wasn't a big deal then. But now all of a sudden that I want a head coaching job and I didn't do well in the interview, like they hired somebody else. It is an issue. Like, come on now. Come on. Speaking of Hugh Jackson, let's talk a little Hugh Jackson, right, guys? So I didn't have it like in my notes because this is live, raw, uncut sports talk here with your man Buck Nasty. Follow me on Twitter at @manhour_Buck. Of course, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well, guys. Be active in the chat. Help me out. So Hugh Jackson, as you guys know, when the whole Brian Flores thing first started happening, Hugh Jackson jumped on board. He's like, yeah, the Browns offered me money too to lose games back in 2016. A few days passed. The Browns like, no, we didn't offer you no money. Miami Dolphins said, no, we didn't offer Flores money either. And John Elway comes and said, no, I wasn't just show. Like, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't hungover. But Hugh Jackson is the big key factor here because Hugh Jackson is #waffling, guys. #waffle in the chat there. Give it to me. So Hugh Jackson did say that he was offered $50,000 to lose games for the Cleveland Browns. Okay. A few days have passed. He maybe re-regulated things a little bit better, right? And kept his receipts. But then he says, well, the Browns never offered me money. What? So you're telling me after you were backing Brian Flores in this losing for money allegation, you're like, yeah, the Browns told me this too. A few days later, you're waffling your waffle. Well, no, they didn't say it. They didn't say it. Why would you come out and say, yeah, they offered me money too and give the exact dollar amount, $50,000 a loss, and then a few days later, like, nah, maybe I misunderstood them. It didn't quite go down like that. So as they say, there's always three sides of the story, right? There's your side, their side, and like the truth. Well, right now the Browns are looking like the truth side here. Like, we didn't offer him any any money, and then Hugh Jackson's like, yeah, you know what? We didn't offer them, or they didn't offer me any money. So I know Combs talked about this a little bit last night, but doesn't this basically void the whole lawsuit that once Hugh Jackson put his name on it and then waffles his way out of it, shouldn't that pretty much solidify everything? Like, hey, they don't have any leg to stand on at the end, at the end of the day, because all this stuff is just completely stupid. Like, yes, I get it. There's hiring practices that we need to worry about, and this, and this. I get it. I understand. Like, I was in the chat a little bit last night here. Drew said that it is the NFL is a privately owned business and they can hire who they want. Yes, I do agree. You can hire who you want, but you still have to follow the rules at the end of the day, because like I said in the chat, Drew, that the NFL is just like the motor industry. Yes, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Nissan, they all can hire who they want, when they want, how they want, but they still have to operate under the standards of the government, right? I can't even remember who regulates it at the end of the day, but they all have to abide by those said regulations to meet XYZ standards. So that's exactly how the NFL operates. Yes, you can hire who you want, when you want, how you want, but you still have to operate by the NFL code of conduct, basically answering to the man. Yes, you are the man. You make all those billions of dollars, but there's still somebody above you that you have to answer to. just like how the NFL has to answer to Congress and whatnot. Like they always bring them in there and have those 15-hour meetings and whatnot. But yeah, Department of Law Labors. No, that is not who I'm referring to, Drew. So if you guys remember, right, it is, I think it's like the FDA or something because every year at the place that I work, we have JD Power and Associates come into our facility and they make sure we're doing things correctly, right? They make sure we're tightening the bolts just tight enough. We're making sure that we have our degrees in line. It's just so there's checks and balances, basically what it comes down to. But going back to the Brian Flores, Hugh Jackson thing, this pretty much null and voids everything that they are saying right here, right now. So speaking of black coaches, that's right. I said, speaking of black coaches, Mike McDaniels, identifies as multiracial, has been hired as the Dolphins head coach. A little bit of background of Mike McDaniels. He was the OC for the San Francisco 49ers for 1 year. They hired him because of his innovative ways that he can get the Deebo Samuel the ball 15 different ways and not be stopped, basically. But he has spent 15 years as an assistant coach and 1 year as the 49ers offensive coordinator, obviously. He spent 10 hours with the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins said, and I quote, "After a 45-minute Zoom meeting a few weeks ago, we knew this was our guy, but we did not want to hire him until we got him in office." AKA, they wanted to fulfill their Rooney Rule needs and not, add adhese into the Brian Flores fuel, right? So usually before lawsuits come out, the client usually reaches out to hey, we're going to file a lawsuit on this unless you want to settle this, that type of thing. So I'm sure the Miami Dolphins knew the lawsuit was coming well before we all knew. But the one thing that I brought up here was the multiracial thing. He identifies as multiracial. Are we really in this world right now, guys? Are we really I don't know his ethnicity. I don't really care one way or the other. Just to be flat honest, I don't care. I don't care if he's Asian. I don't care if he's Chinese. I don't care if he's Hawaiian or Samoan or Cuban, American, white, black. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. If he can get the job done, he can get the job done. To me, he does not look like a football coach at all. He looks like a World of Warcraft Dungeons and Dragons nerd to me. But hey, you can never judge a book by its cover. Obviously, he spends times in his mommy's basement drawing up plays to get Deebo Samuel the ball, right? So, but when he has to come out and say he identifies as multiracial, is he multiracial? I don't know. I don't know if he's multiracial, and quite frankly, I really don't care if he's multiracial. But would this fulfill the Rooney Rule needs? Because if he identifies as a multiracial individual, so therefore he identifies as he's half black and half white, right? Or half Asian, half white, because he definitely has the white complexity of him. So does that fulfill the Rooney Rule needs? Does that fulfill hey, you know what? I interviewed a black man. He identifies as a black man. Do you think the Miami Dolphins kind of said, hey man, we need you to identify as a black man if you want this 4-year contract that we're getting ready to give to you? That is a great question. I need to bring on Luke G and talk to him about that. Would that fulfill your needs? Hey, let's say, who is it? Matt Eberflus, right? Let's say, obviously he is a white guy. He is albino as they get. He is white on white. He is a saltine to the core. But let's say all of a sudden he's hey, I identify as an Asian. I'm a light-skinned Asian, but hey, I'm an Asian, right? Would that fulfill your multi racial thing that's complex that is running the world right now? Is that saying, hey, we have a Asian coach now? Hey, that takes one less white coach off of our off of our hands. Just because, like, what is the biggest issue that we're running into, into, right? It's like, hey, there's only 2 black coaches in the NFL and like 3 GMs that are black, right? Like, that's the biggest thing that we're running into, because it matters. Hey, only 5% of our coachings are black or what? It's stupid to me, but yeah. So Dolphins have hired their man, Mike McDaniels, old offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. He is inventive. I don't know how to say it. Inventive, right? Inventive. I don't know. Supposedly. He can run. He can draw up really good running plays for Deebo Samuel. I'd be curious to see who calls the offensive plays in Miami. And if Mike McDaniel needs a Deebo Samuel, who is going to be their Deebo Samuel? Are they going to draft a guy? Are they going to pick up Odell Beckham Jr.? Are they going to make a play to get Devontae Adams? Decisions. But yeah, Dolphins, Mike McDaniels. Moving on. Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith is now been associated with the Houston Texans. He is a part of the Houston Texans coaching staff as like a special coordinator to the players, as basically some fancy word of saying, hey, we got a black guy on the staff. That's basically what it come down to, I think. But Lovie Smith is now the front runner for the Houston Texans head coaching job. Big deal, no deal. Many people love Lovie Smith. Like, I don't remember him I know he was the Bears coach, but I don't remember him ever being a bad coach or a good coach either. I think they did lead them to the Super Bowl with old Jay Cutler. They ultimately lost that Super Bowl. I don't remember who. It was probably the Denver Broncos or something. I don't remember. But he has been linked to the Houston Texans head coaching job, or is the front runner for the Houston Texans head coaching job. So when I think about this, I'm like, is this a ploy to keep Deshaun Watson around? Because obviously they need their quarterback, right? And people are not giving them what they want. They want like 17 first-round picks and 32 second-round picks for the guy. Miami Dolphins were the only ones that really gave them an offer, and they swept it under the rug, or Flores didn't want him, or who knows what they really said. But I think this is simply just a ploy to keep Deshaun Watson around. Hey, let's get a coach that Deshaun Watson likes, has been around Deshaun Watson for the last couple seasons, is a black man, and has been to the Super Bowl. Lovie Smith is our guy. Has the Houston Texans really interviewed anybody at all for their head coaching vacancies? Like, I know I don't know a lot about the Houston Texans by any means, but I feel like they have not interviewed anybody. I heard Dan Campbell and not Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore were both linked to them, but I don't know if they actually ever did an interview. Dan Quinn was the finalist for the Denver Broncos job, and he ultimately turned it down because Jerry Jones gave him a bigger contract in Dallas. All air quotes there for people that are listening to us on the radio here. Sorry, I need to emphasize the air quotes on that, right? But yeah, so Lovie Smith has been linked to the Houston Texans coaching job. So there are now 3 jobs that are open. So we have the Houston Texans, we have the Saints, and then we have, who's the third team that's open still? Shoot. I guess it's the Vikings still, but they pretty much had their guy. They have the offensive coordinator from the Rams because Jim Harbaugh told them no, or they didn't offer Jim Harbaugh a job or whatever. So Eric Bieniemy is interviewing with the Saints, and then obviously Lovie Smith is interviewing with the Houston Texans as well. So let's say both of those guys get their jobs. We would now have 4 black head coaches in the NFL, since Mike McDaniels refers himself as multiracial. So guys, we are up against the break here, guys. The last half hour of the show is going to be open up for Shop Talk. If you guys want to open up, talk about anything in the Shop Talk, guys, let me know in the chat. You can text us at 812-648-HOUR. That is 812-648-4687. You can also jump on Belly Up TV or bellyup.tv. I need to get over there and check the chat. So, yeah, guys. So, if you guys want to talk about anything, let me know in the Shop Talk section here. And the last half hour is for you guys. So, bada bing, bada boom. We'll be right back at you guys here on the Man Hour.
I give a slight edge, Mike, to Marquette because they're playing on their home court. And Marquette's been taking care of business on the road. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up. Station not dropping no music. Starts like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're out the dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzz beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
You're watching Man Hour. Hit that like button, baby.
Man Hour Nation, it's your boy BC Beastie Brandon Combs coming to you with a special message. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Now, that's 22 too many. And here at the Man Hour, we want to bring awareness to this. Our brothers and sisters deserve our support and our help. With the Take 22 merch, it's a small opportunity to show our appreciation and support to our veterans and take a small step to ending veteran suicide and treating PTSD properly. Every dollar spent on our Take 22 merch will be donated to the cause. So Man Hour Nation, rise up and show your support.
Hey gang, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people. That means we give the people what they want. Expert fantasy advice, leading medical and legal analysis, free contests, and innovative games to keep you entertained. Watch us live with the Tiki Live app on the Belly Up Sports channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all social media platforms. Visit TSSFantasy.com today for all the latest updates from the fantasy show of the people. We put the fun in fantasy.
Yeah!
Instead of mayo
over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Okay. If you drafted Julio Jones,
you got ghosted.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
TSS Fantasy, the fantasy show of the people.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, but there's logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break
And welcome back to the Man Hour, guys. Michael Buckheiser here. You can find me on the old tweet machine at manhour_buck. Be sure to give me a follow and tweet at me anytime you want over there. Like anything you guys, dislike what I say, tweet at me. Let me know and we'll have a civilized gift war over there. So manhour_buck is where we can do gift wars all day, every day. Head over to manhourradio.com, guys. Check out the merchandise page. We do have the Takeaway 22 merch. 22 American soldiers every day commit suicide, and that's 22 way too many. And it's just not the soldiers, guys. First responders, the police, the EMTs, the firemen as well. They all deal with PTSD as well. So everything from Takeaway 22 merch, guys, that we raise, all profits go to Knights of Columbus Motorcycle Organization, and that's exactly what they do. Is they help with PTSD and other forms of disabilities for veterans, first responders, or anybody that is suffering with that kind of things. They do great things over there. Last month, in the month of January, guys, we raised $655 for them. So we have doubled every month since we started the Takeaway 22 merch. So let's get up to that $1,200 range for them, guys, for the month of February. Get it, guys. Takeaway 22 merch. You can get it at manhourradio.com. So it is the last half hour, guys, here on the Man Hour Morning Show, and I always open it up, you guys, to some general discussion, to some shop talk, and address those comments that are coming into the chat here. And Drew says Lovie Smith's head coaching record was 84-66 throughout his span with the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rule the Jungle said he is a bad coach. He's like 10-30 with the Bucs. So during the break, I went and actually pulled it up here. So Lovie Smith started his coaching career in 1980. Wow. 1980, he started his coaching career. He was a defensive coordinator for his high school that he graduated from. Actually, he was a defensive backs coach. He was even, he was hired as a defensive coordinator, but a year later he left for Cascade Hall Prep School in Tulsa and was coaching defensive backs and wide receivers in 81 and 82. Then he was a college assistant coach for from 83 to 95, and then at 96 he was hired on the Tony Dungy staff for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which he coached the linebackers, and then he went to the Rams with the Mike Martz, and then he obviously won the Super Bowl with the Rams. They lost the Super Bowl to the Rams in 2001. Then he was hired as head coach on the Bears from 2004 to 2012. The first 2 years that he was the Bears coach, he went 13-3, and then I believe that was the year they won the Super Bowl, or they went to the Super Bowl as well. In 2007, he asked for a pay raise, and basically the Bears blackballed him. And then they started letting go all of their players. Ron Rivera was the defensive coordinator like at the time. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. But they let go of Cedric Benson, Bernard Berryman, and all their other things. Sorry, I had a message come in. And then a bunch of other players left as well. Throughout those next 6 years or whatever it was, they went 2-2 in the playoffs. And then he ultimately left the Bears to go to the Buccaneers for 2 years as the Bucs head coach. He was 8-24 in his 2 years, including a 6-10 record in 2015, which was his last year as a NFL head coach. Then he was a coach for the University of Illinois for 4 years, paying his contract $21 million over 6 years. In the 48 hours following the announcement of Smith hire, the university sold over 2,000 new season tickets and 400 new student tickets. So obviously he was pretty excited about that. And then obviously he has been on the Houston Texans staff for this year since 2021, and he was the associate head coach and defensive coordinator underneath Dave Culley. I'm not for sure what associate head coach means, but whatever. So, I mean, he did have a pretty good track record with the Chicago Bears for the couple years that he was there, from 2004 to 2006. They were 13-3. They went to the Super Bowl. They actually lost to the Colts that particular year. But then beyond that, he's been average at best. He's been mediocre. So the record to me, Drew, kind of lies there, because the 88 of those wins, 26 of them came in his first 2 years as a Chicago Bear, and then beyond that, he has a below 500 winning record. So I mean, I guess he would fit the Houston Texans very, very well there. But yeah, I don't really know what else to tell you there. So let me unplug the old cellular device and jump over to the text machine. I have not jumped into text all day here, so I apologize for that, guys. My mind is kind of still got the COVID brain a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It is loading. It is loading. Boom, boom, boom. These burner phones are great. There we go. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. Texter says Jimmy G is hands down better than Ryan Tannehill. You are crazy to even think otherwise. So I actually think, yes, I do think that Jimmy G will have a more successful career than Ryan Tannehill as far as wins and rings and possible MVPs and stuff like that, right? But guys, Ryan Tannehill is still a pretty good quarterback. I still have him as a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. He might be sneaking in the top 10 range a little bit, especially after this year that he did without old King Henry, right? So yeah, he is good to an extent, but I mean, they are pretty neck and neck, but I got to give the edge to Jimmy G a little bit. Next texter says, your boy Tyreek Hill, can anybody be more of a douchebag? Tyreek Hill does have an ego. I'm not going to lie. But some people enjoy that swagger. Some people really enjoy the I love me some me thing, right? But he was just having fun, man. It was this is his first Pro Bowl appearance because the Chiefs have been in the Super Bowl the last 3 years, and he is arguably one of the top receivers in the NFL, and he was enjoying himself. Yes, I gave him some crap for wasting the alcohol, right? And then not running the 40-yard dash to his full extent. And it just, I mean, sometimes people are just, they like to have fun, and people like us on the outside see these people in Vegas with their sunglasses on at night, drinking beer and having a good time. We're like, man, these guys are douchebags. We're like, come on, just let them have fun. I mean, damn, this is the first time in a long time that they can actually hang out. This is why the Pro Bowl is still around, to be totally honest, is so players can hang around each other. What is the best free agency ploy? So there are some players out there that are going to be free agents this year. You need your boy like Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce getting with some of these free agents. Like, hey man, come over to Kansas City. We are both here at the Pro Bowl because we're missing you. I don't know, man. To call Tyreek Hill a douchebag, I get it. You are valid to your opinion. he did, punch his kid or something. I don't know whatever happened, like allegedly happened. Like everything kind of got hush, push under the rug. But it is what it is. Next texter says, "Can the Lions fans please stop living vicariously through Matthew Stafford? This is not your Super Bowl. This is the Rams' Super Bowl." Yeah, you guys are 100% right on this. Like, I do not understand why all these Lion fans have all of a sudden, oh, go Matthew Stafford, win it for us, right? We're in the Super Bowl. Yes, I know Eminem and Matthew Stafford are both in the Super Bowl, right? But Lions fans, this is not your Super Bowl. You guys did not get there. I mean, I've seen it like this is the closest thing you guys will probably ever get to a Super Bowl. I get it. But at the same time, like, shouldn't you kind of be rooting against Matthew Stafford? Like because it shows you how bad of team you were, how bad of organization you were. Literally, an aging Matthew Stafford goes to a new team and goes to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Lions fans, you guys got to pump up your brakes on this one. Texter is completely right on this. Like, come on, slow it down, baby, slow it down. Texter says, "Is Honey Badger going to stay in KC or move on?" If you were to ask this question 6 months ago, or not 6 months, like 3 months ago, I would have said Tyrann Mathieu is gone, because him and who was it? It was Hitchens, right? I think it was Hitchens. They were bashing the Kansas City fan base like 100%. They're saying this is the worst fan base in the NFL, yada yada yada, and all this other stuff. Now later he came out and he retracted a lot of things that he said. Hey, we're just upset. We aren't playing the way we should. Now, was it his agent? Was it Andy Reid saying, "Hey man, you can't do this," etc. But Tyrann Mathieu is very active in the Kansas City community. Like I believe he was the Walter Payton Man of the Year person for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I mean, I follow him on Instagram and Twitter, and he is always out in the community doing something, doing fun fundraisers, giving book bags, all that kind of stuff. So, my heart tells me that he will be in Kansas City. I think he likes Kansas City. I think he enjoys Kansas City. But will the Chiefs have the capital to keep him? That's the bigger question. I think he wants to stay. I think he is tired of moving around because he does have like a 5-year-old son, right? I mean, his son's starting to start school, make friends, etc. So I think it's bigger than football, like at this point. Now, it is a business at the end of the day. I am in business to get paid. I am in business to, make the best future for myself and generations to come. But I think the Chiefs have to keep Tyrann Mathieu because without him, we saw how bad the Kansas City Chiefs defense is. You guys can call Steve Spagnuolo a genius all you want, but Tyrann Mathieu is a true genius on this Kansas City Chiefs sideline or the side of the ball. So I don't think he is going anywhere. He wants to stay. We need him to stay. Now, if the financials add up, and I think Patrick Mahomes and other people would restructure their contract to keep a player like Tyrann Mathieu around. Or heck, we probably need to restructure Chris Jones's overpaid contract. But hey, just say it like it is here. So the poll has ended, guys, over here at youtube.com/manhour. And the poll question was, did you watch the Pro Bowl? 66% of the people said no. We did not watch the Pro Bowl. We did not watch the Pro Bowl. And that takes me in to Mike's thoughts. And now, Mike's thoughts. And at the end of every show, guys, here, I try to give you some point of views from me because, this is live, raw, uncut sports talk. And, we are pretty raw and pretty raunchy throughout the show. But I got to think here because the poll question was, did you watch the Pro Bowl? 66% of you said no, we did not watch the Pro Bowl, and I was one of those people. I did not watch the Pro Bowl. I was not intrigued by it. I could care less about it. I saw the first 3 plays, and when I saw what's the dude from the Browns over there on the defensive end, he just stood up and didn't even fire off the ball. I'm like, well, this is complete waste of freaking time. Yes, I know people make millions of dollars throughout the season. They're here to play like for $2,500 for charity or whatever. Like, I get it. You don't want to get hurt. But right now, the Pro Bowl is completely useless. It is all a fan grab at the end of the day to come see all your players, and it is completely useless. It is completely stupid. So how do we fix the Pro Bowl? I got to thinking here, and one thing is that we could take away the Super Bowl in general, like the neutral site crap, and make it into a home field advantage. So the winner of the Pro Bowl gets home field advantage for the Super Bowl. Of course, that will never fly because the Super Bowl is such a spectacular, right? And you're there for 2 weeks and media days, and who wants to play a Super Bowl in negative 15 degrees, right? Even though Green Bay will never make it, but if that were to happen, right? I mean, it could possibly happen. So obviously the home field advantage is next one second there. Next thing is I was thinking is make it into a preseason game. Don't have it the week before the Super Bowl. Do it during a preseason. Like, make it the Hall of Fame game. Like instead of watching the Steelers versus the Cowboys, this particular Hall of Fame game, we see the NFC versus AFC Pro Bowl. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but it's not a great idea either. But then I got to looking around other All-Star games and Pro Bowls and like whatnot. The NBA is just kind of dumb, anyways. Just because the NBA All-Star game, you still get to see those big dunks, you still get to see those big threes, and they play like 150 points or like whatever, right? So I mean, that's still somewhat intriguing. But then I saw the hockey All-Star game over the weekend, and hockey plays a 3-on-3, basically, a tournament, right? So that they have 4 divisions in the NHL, and they pick 3 players from each division and do a tournament, and then the winner wins the All-Star game. Now, it is still not as competitive as a regular hockey game because you don't want to get hurt, but 3-on-3, it makes it pretty intriguing, right? So how do we fix the Pro Bowl? We make it 7-on-7. That's right, 7-on-7. We do bigs versus bigs and skills versus skills. That is how we fix the All-Star or the NFL Pro Bowl. We take off the pads. We do 2-hand touch or flags or whatever, right? Maybe put like those soft padded helmets on, so if you don't get a concussion or doing something stupid, right? But we make it a 7-on-7. Lineman versus lineman, skills versus skills, right? That would be hell. I mean, how would you like to see big old Jeff Saturday one-handed catch that baby and that would be intriguing. That would be awesome. So we make the Pro Bowl 7-on-7. Take away all the pads. Who cares? Because they don't tackle anyways, right? 7-on-7. And yeah, play. You could, play to like 28 points. I don't know. Play to 5 scores. Bada bing, bada boom. It's game, baby. That is how you fix the NFL Pro Bowl. 7-on-7. Drew says, don't call it Pro Bowl. Call it Fan Bowl and have fans vote the players in. Yeah. I mean, that would be NFLS, right? Or sorry, NBAS, because Major League Baseball does the fan voting, right? So yeah, I mean, you could vote your favorite player in. I mean, usually I think the favorite players would be in anyways. Or how about this? Like, we can do the because right now it's 3 quarterbacks per team. What if we did 8 quarterbacks total, right? And then the quarterbacks pick their own teams. Like, you have to have 3 linemen and 3 skill players, right? And then we do a tournament. We do a 7-on-7 tournament with those players that are picked. Between 3 linemen and 3 skills, 7-on-7, because the quarterback would be the 7th, right? And then you pick your defense as well. So you pick your 7 defensive like players. You have to have say 2 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, and 4 skills. There we go. Make it a tournament. 8-man or 8-team tournament. Winner wins like $1 million to charity or whatever, you know. Pro Bowl equals Tidy Bowl. Actually, you know what? I would rather watch the Pup Bowl than the Pro Bowl. Like, have you guys ever seen that Pup Bowl where they like put like all the puppies down in there? I think it's on the Discovery Channel. I think it is. I don't know. But they put all the puppies in there, and they're like have like a ball, and then I don't know what they do, but wasn't it? I remember back. I was like a kid. Snickers. You would open up a Snickers bar, and then you would get these players' names in there, and then they had like the little jumbo football thing they put on the table, and it shook it and whatever, and the players scored and whatnot, and that was pretty cool too. That could be a Pro Bowl. There you go. How cool would that be? But yeah, how do we fix the Pro Bowl? Drew says we don't call it the Pro Bowl. We call it the Fan Bowl and have the fans vote the players in. I'm saying 7-on-7. So guys, let me know, how would you fix the Pro Bowl? Because right now the Pro Bowl is terrible to watch. I mean, the first I think Rule the Jungle said it earlier. Second and third quarter wasn't bad, just because you know the competitiveness is in the players start to take over a little bit, like, you know. But that first drive to me was terrible. Like, as soon as I saw the first time, I'm like, get this shit out of here. So basically, this is how you fix the Pro Bowl. You can play the first quarter, but don't put it on TV till the second quarter. Just play the second and third quarter of the Pro Bowl, bada bing, bada boom. There's your fix. Nobody, because the stands only had like 5,000 or 6,000 people in it. So those 6,000 people in there, yeah, they get to see their thing. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But guys, that is going to be it for today's show. I'm glad you guys joined me. I was a little all over the place here. I'm a little tired. I'm still getting adjusted to this overnight thing here. Guys, will we be back tonight, 8 p.m. East Coast time? I believe Combs will be with Wayne G tonight, so tune into that. No, it's Kevo. He'll be on with Kevo tonight, so be sure to tune into that. I'll be back here, guys, Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. East Coast time, right here on youtube.com/manhour. Of course, Belly Up TV, bellyup.tv is you guys can find us there as well, 8 a.m. East Coast time. Also, if you miss any part of the show whatsoever, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, of course, iHeartRadio. But guys, join us on the YouTube. That's where the magic happens. Have a good day, guys. We out.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease.
me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't